Viral Instagram and TikTok influencer has recently passed away. His name is Joe Flez. Rest in peace to him. The theory surrounding his death is basically saying how government officials assassinated him. Now, so many people believe this because he would make videos diving into historical text, uncovered books. He was like a truth seeker, and he would share everything on his platform. He would even show people how to live off the grid. And you know the government does not like that. Here's the type of content that he will make. And he's clearly saying that he would never do that to himself. And that he's in good health.
Judea, Palestine, or the Holy Land. So I got some interesting books. Actually called Phoenicia. I like to start out by saying I'm not and I'm very healthy. The government hates you and they're coming to get you.
I just caught the craziest thing on the homestead. That's weird. Joe, Charlie! Big ass black helicopter that just flew over the homestead. I got it on camera. I've been here 3 weeks and this is the first helicopter that I've seen. It's really strange and it's flying right over the homestead.
That's very strange.
Helicopter I've seen.
Julian, the choppers are back. How many helicopters have you seen?
Here on 3 months.
How many have you heard?
Yeah.
I started posting videos about ancient relics, lost civilizations. What happened? When we posted about the battery. So for those of you who say choppers not circling nature jab, his batteries got delivered. This is the second time this chopper has circled me. What happened when y'all let Julian build with me the last time? A chopper legitimately just flew across the interstate, snapped a picture of you, and dipped off.
Helicopter followed the bus down the road like it was right overhead of us.
Completely open helicopter.
3 things have whacked me in the head in a hurry.
The government does not like people with influence. That's why most celebrities are controlled by their labels. If someone has influence in a way that he does, I'm talking about his videos would get hundreds and thousands of likes. Forget the views. We're talking about likes.
So the doors are wide open. There was 2 guys in the back, 1 guy.
When was the last time you washed it?
You go first.
You read the tree light on the left side of the interstate.
The road is my home.
Fuck that cop. Passed over the interstate. A stop right above us. Like they were trying to take a picture. As soon as we passed the DV, we fucking walked to the left side again and disappeared.
Guess what I had? Border Patrol trucks. Follow me and pass me twice. So I pulled out my phone to record him. He turned off on the very next exit. You probably think you're strange conspiracy theorists. We're just showing you what's happening in full unedited video. The videos were not AI produced. This is me buying a house. Computer don't think about Kevin Gates and real estate. I would never lie to you with no shirt, no boxes on. You can trust me. The government fucking hates you and they're coming to get you. Merry Christmas.
It's like he's living out the real life movie, The Matrix.
The history of the United States is hidden under the cover? The system admitted to me it was lying to me when I was in 11th grade. Who wants to know about the history of the Jews? This is the result. Origins of the nation, a trove of old books, formation of the church and his family, which I'll show you, but first I want to explain how I got on this path. I was in AP biology with a teacher named Dr. Reiser. She was explaining the creation of the earth. A nebula reacted with a static charge and the earth was formed. I raised my hand. Where did the nebula and the static charge come from? We were always really cool, but she chumped me off and said, "Joey, do not talk." She cut me off. I didn't know why. After class, I went up and spoke to her and she was almost in tears. She looked at me and said, "Joey, I know that you can't get something out of nothing. I believe that this earth was created by God. I have to teach you this, even though I know it's not right because it's standard curriculum, and I'm sorry." And in that moment, I knew that they had been lying to us about everything else. It was just like a relationship when you found out your partner was cheating on you. You wondered all those late nights at the office, what was really happening? And that's how I know the system is full of shit, because they told me. Many people agree with me, but you can never find it online. Why? They can change information on an algorithm. When you get old books, you can see how information has been changed. 1878 print, there were a lot of pictures because a picture is worth 1,000 words. Pope Leo, we got one right now. Let's fast forward to the 1900s.
Wow.
Absolutely no pictures. You have to read exactly what it says. You can't make any inferences on your own. Night scenes of the Bible, 1869. The night of agony, Jesus in the garden sweating blood. You ain't never heard that broke down on Google, have you? Conversations on the Bible, 1889. The history of the Jews. From the beginning to the captivity in Babylon. Events following the flood. Origins of the nation. Ever heard any of this before? Ancient magnetism and psychic forces. L.H. Anderson, 1895. From the Masonic Temple. Hypnotism, the law of attraction. Hypnotism, the key to occultism. Magnetism and the medium of mental inspiration. This is big information that talks about deep things that we don't think about anymore. And then other books that show how fast we've warped in modern history. Minutes of working time required to buy selected food and shelter. USSR, not even a country anymore. In 1958, you could buy 2.2 pounds of beef sirloin in 44 minutes of work. That ain't happening no more.
What is that?
What the hell? The history of the United States is hidden under the cover? Compromise bill. Cuba to the United States. 480 men left new. Where's it's got to be hidden up under this. I don't want to tear up this book, but I gotta know. This just goes to show you that some information only comes out with time, where, and investigation. They've been lying to us, guys. I
Wow.
want to find out what they hid. If we disappear,
Makes me think like we're gonna have to dive deeper into those ancient books too. Because that was the only place where information was able to really be passed on through books.
the government did it. When I met Julian Brown, he was barefooted sleeping in a van. Other dirty footed like him, and so was I.
Joe, what are we doing out here?
We're gonna configure your solar system to counter this guy. We became pretty good friends. I like working with you, dog.
Hey, man. Likewise.
We've done a lot of things together.
You feel so accomplished after working this
Yeah, the
hard.
government
What's
definitely
harder,
did not like
doing
this.
the work or recording yourself doing the work?
Recording myself doing the work.
Now I'm excited to host them in my hometown of Augusta, Georgia. I don't know who they are or what they doing or what they've been training for, but they is not ready for what is fitting to hit them when this posse shows up, dog. At Humanity House, a vegan black-owned business I've gone to my whole life.
Bro, this is sealed.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it only took like 3 hours. All right, so now.
No cover, someone come on, have fun at Augusta.
Oh, he's changing.
Cervix. Because Julian and I like to make a splash. Legit. See you soon, Augusta. This is one of the most
The
obscure
reason why I
authors in
say the
American-
government hated this man is because the government is like a toxic relationship. They want you to be dependent on them no matter how much they abuse you. And he's finding ways to source his own energy, have his own water. You're going to see there's even ways that he finds different cell phones to use because he knows the iPhones are constantly spying.
Literature. L.H. Anderson, who wrote Ancient Magic, Magnetism, and Psychic Forces in 1895, published from the Masonic Temple in Chicago. Try and Google some information on L.H. Anderson. He talks about hypnotism, mind control, and explains the earth in magnetic and electrical principles. You can't find anything on this guy, and I think I know why. I'm going to read it to you and draw a diagram that explains it. God has been spoken of as the grand electrical focus, and he has been appropriately styled as the mind of all minds. He is the source or fount from which all minds emanate, like streams from a great reservoir. But the further a mind is from the grand focus, the less it will be impressed. So persons who are greatly elevated
Damn, wait, that's a fire book. I didn't get the name of it.
and refined are more easily, correctly, and wisely impressed or inspired. The form of a wheel furnishes a good illustration. This is our wheel. Notice, it's a circle like the earth. Let the hub represent the focus. The hub, this would be God, and the spokes radiating lines from that focus. And then we have spokes radiating all the way out. Along these lines may be supposed to be located minds in different stages of elevation as they are nearer or more remote from the center. There's different minds, and some are located closer to source than others. The further an individual is from the grand focus, the more intermediate links or minds a thought or impression must pass through to reach him, and the more minds the thought flows through, the more imperfect and less reliable is the impression it makes upon the terminal mind. Whoa! All thought and inspiration flows from God, and that we're all positioned further or closer to the central focus. Therefore, the thoughts and inspiration in our minds will be more or less diluted depending on our location to God. We're going to say, oh, Jesus is right him. Joe is right him. Suppose it is determined to reach a mind of a low order. The thought to be transmitted passes through, say, 12 minds before it reaches that particular individual on the earth through whom it is to be impressed. What is received by the 13th and has been greatly modified. The Bible's been changed. It's been modified. Why? Because the thought flowing from God that went to Jesus was then passed through a number of men before it got to you. He's explaining what we know. The Bible has been altered and you're receiving polluted and diluted information. Thus, mind is constantly affecting mind and higher always controlling the lower. This is a universal law. You see it happening right now. The big fighting the small. All of us feeling the tension, the pull. And all we've got to do is get the impurities out of our mind. And you can't help where you were born along this wheel, but you can damn sure move closer by cleaning yourself up. I'm in the process of reading more, but wanted to come in here and show you what blew my mind, so hopefully it can clear yours. This is my bug out.
That's why it's known that Christ, Jesus, will be the one that purifies us.
Phone. This is the Alcatel WP61 Plus. It is the most massive and impressive phone I've ever seen. And it comes with its own antenna. You wanna know why? Because communication is not Wi-Fi dependent with the professional DMR walkie-talkie. 3.4 mile range. Pretty cool, you just touch to talk. Breaker 19. This is the phone you want when the grid goes down. The battery on this at 20,000 milliamps is worth more than this, and this put together. It's basically indestructible. I mean, indestructible. Takes a licking, keeps on ticking. I bet you've never hosed off your phone to clean it. I spend a lot of time under houses and need a good light. This right here is a spotlight, not a flashlight. Yeah, a little fixing to do under here. The camera is insane at 108 megapixels. An iPhone only has 48 megapixels. But what makes it insane is the night vision. The storage is out of this world too. This is 16 gigabytes, costs $1,700. This 512 gigabytes, expandable to 2 terabytes and costs $519. This is my bug out van. This is my bug out plan. Alcatel WP61. Wow. Emergencies, flashlight, power bank, everything for when the grid goes down. It's like a cocaine, nicotine, Coca-Cola, bro, in your soul. You can't get enough of it, man. People are drawn to Costa Rica. They think they're coming from mountains and sloths. Yeah, that's why you leave Costa Rica feeling unfulfilled and come back like eating a pack of Skittles. It's because you got all the sweet and none of the nutrition. They go to these resorts. They've never been to a warm Tico home and had a woman invite them inside for her own homemade drink that she made out of stuff she curated with her hands in her kitchen, from food she gathered from the garden, from trees she planted herself. The layers of love on love on love are intense. They're next level. You would never know why, because you have to walk down a muddy thing and take your shoes off and go up to this lady, and is not beautiful by your standards. She's the kindest, warmest woman on planet Earth, but you'd have to walk through her muddy driveway and through her chicken shit filled yard to get to her warm house, where she will wash all of the dirt off of you and welcome you into her home with no thought of money or repayment, just sheer kindness. And it's so fucking rare on planet Earth that I didn't even know what it was until I saw it. Now I know what affected me in Costa Rica, and I'm sure if they experience it, if you expose them to it, fuck, it's like a cocaine, nicotine, Coca-Cola, bro. It'll make you start crying while recording yourself driving down the road after dropping off your best homies. It's primal and spiritual and the most realist thing I've ever felt, but you can't see it. They think I'm crazy. No, man, I finally found kind people who are nice to me with no concept of racism, who love the earth and protect it and live substantially below their means and are happy with simple things. And they were nice to me. Nobody, not even my fucking family, has ever been nice to me other than Alex. And after I've watched Eric Lundgren and Julian Brown and Stefan trip around and interact with these people and experience the same thing, now I know. It's just love. It's love on love on love, packaged up in a box that you never expect. And because you're so goddamn smart in your own eyes and so modern, you couldn't see the fountain of youth that was right in front of your face. You discard it as a dumb, poor farm woman and walk on. Back to your fucking house. Back to your money and your comfort and your air conditioning. And be miserable the rest of your fucking life. Because that's what you deserve for discarding things that don't look right. I just want to be there one day when the whole fucking world learns their lesson. You know that gut feeling you have about an obscure...
That's real stuff. That's real stuff.
Well, maybe it's...
I went to Costa Rica one time, and by the time I came back, I actually felt like I experienced like a different form of life. I felt transformed, like I had epiphanies just by like the essence of the nature, the waterfalls, just everything.
It's not as crazy as you think. This is one of the most obscure books in American literature. Ancient Magic, Magnetism, and Psychic Forces by L.H. Anderson in 1895. And after reading it, I think I know why. He talks a lot about mind control. Let me read you a few passages. The reality of thought transference, one mind impressing another even from a distance in space, seems established beyond a reasonable doubt. This was in 1895. Let's think about today. Because a lot of the things people in power are doing right now make absolutely no sense. Why is Bill Gates trying to put lab-grown meat in the grocery store? Why the hell did the U.S. attack Iran out of the blue? I'm going somewhere with this, but let me read a few more passages. No doubt the developments of our brains are capable of being played upon like the keys of an instrument. The manipulator can cause a patient to laugh, fight, steal, or to exercise his self-esteem and attachment, and he can as easily call forth their opposites by touching other known parts of the head. Switching gears real quick, what is a computer? If you didn't know, it is an exact replica of your brain. They modeled the electrical circuitry in your brain to make computers. And how do these work? How are you watching me on that screen right now? Well, this phone is made out of a certain conductive material that's tuned to a specific frequency and then covered in an insulated material to keep the data frequency from exiting it once it enters. And a satellite in space is beaming 2.8 gigahertz of data frequency down, and the phone has no choice but to accept it if it's within range. Now consider all the heavy metals they've been putting in our drinking water for decades, and the microplastics that now inhibit your lipid layer, and those shoes you have on your feet. What are you? You're a human, right? But you have metal in your blood and plastic in your skin and shoes on your feet. By definition, you are an insulated conductor. If it works on your phone, what makes you think it wouldn't work on you? Science is science and energy is energy. I wasn't quite sure my hypothesis, so I hit up my buddy Parker and asked him a question. Parker, got a strange question for you. If somebody built a data transmitter and tuned it to the resonant frequency of a human and shot out a data signal at the right frequency, would it enter a human?
You know what I always say, anything is possible with the right frequency.
Based off of what a Parker told me, and the information in this book, and the news I heard about the frequency weapons they were using in Venezuela, I think it's completely possible that they could be controlling minds. And I want you to consider the actions of the powerful, how they fly in the face of logic, appear out of nowhere, and happen for no reason. You know that gut feeling you have about an obscure cabal controlling planet Earth and dictating events outside of your control? Well, maybe it's not as crazy as you think. This is a history of the Jews, 1866. Why is the world so obsessed with the Jews? The country received the name of Palestine. I am after reading that it was called
Jesus
Judea
was a
from
Jew.
Judah. I want to know more about these guys. Judea, Palestine, or the Holy Land. So I got some interesting books. Actually called Phoenicia. I like to start out by saying I'm not and I'm very healthy. This is the complete works of Flavius Josephus. Josephus was a Jewish historian born in 37 AD, a couple years after Jesus was crucified. He died in 100 AD and wrote a lot of pivotal works. This is an 1872 print containing the biography of Flavius Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews, and Wars of the Jews. From Antiochus Epiphanes taking Jerusalem to the death of Herod the Great, the emperor who ordered the innocent of the massacres in Matthew. He tried to kill baby Jesus. Antiquities was written in 94 AD and Wars of the Jews in 75 AD. Josephus is an interesting character because his mother was nobility. He was captured by the Romans in 67 AD, but his life was spared when he predicted the election of Vespasian as emperor. Some think he was a Roman plant, other people think he was a great historian. This is A History of the Jews, Volume 3, 1866 by Henry Hart Millman. He was a doctor of divinity and professor in England. I'm most excited about these because they contain information on the Essenes, an obscure religious sect that Jesus was a part of. Notice, habits described, persecuted by the Romans, obscurity of their origin. Why is the world so obsessed with the Jews? Ever since seeing that color map of Palestine in the Bible, I've been wondering if they didn't get twisted back then and we're persecuting God's chosen people, the Palestinians, nigh to death, while the plant has been ruling the world. Why are we obsessed with this small, obscure strip of land in the Middle East? It makes no sense to me, but I figure if I go back about 150 years to Flavius Josephus and Henry Hart Millman, I'm going to find out the answer. And soon, I'm going to put them online so you can read them too. And once again, not title at all. I have nothing against the Jews. I'm just extremely curious. And we all know, curiosity killed the cat.
The fact that he mentioned that multiple times in the video just says a lot. That means he knows that type of information, these elites, these people in power, do not want it getting out. They don't want us to understand our true value, how powerful we really are. They don't want us to understand their schemes that they do to keep us stagnant. They don't want it. They want to keep us submissive. They want to keep us in la la land and constantly just extract everything we have to give them. our energy, our attention, our work, our money, everything. But this guy right here, Joe, he was on a mission. And I could tell just by the messages that he's giving and like how he's doing it on the internet, there's purity to it. Like, sincerely, very open-minded. And he was a truth seeker, man. Rest in peace to Joe. It's crazy. I really wonder what happened to him, you know? But the way he made this video, and he made that claim multiple times, saying how he would never take his own, how he's perfectly healthy. It's very concerning. It definitely raises eyebrows to think who would benefit the most from taking a man like this out. Especially with his like growth of influence, being able to influence more people in a positive way, in a way that actually leads to truth. It's crazy. It's crazy. RIP Joe in the comments section. I'm gonna